you, Misha. Thank you, Misha. Thank you, Misha. Oh, thank you, Misha.
Yo, Neto CFC, look who I've run into.
Hi, how are you?
All these videos you do for Neto.
Thank you very much.
So, come on, big up, bro.
TV Gibbons.
Caicedo, let's go.
Caicedo.
That's about. Oh my God.
Here. Your own language too. We have our translator here.
Hello Chelsea fans, it's Wells here. I'm here at Cobham. Can't wait to link up with the boys. Peace. Wells.
Favourite cheat meal?
Rice and chicken.
Favourite music artist?
Ghana.
Best moment of your career so far?
Best moment score against in Champions League against Lazio.
If you were stuck on a desert island, what's one item you'd take?
Water.
Favourite holiday destination?
Ukraine, Krasnodar.
Favourite sports person of all time?
Of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Favourite sport other than football?
Tennis.
Your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, my mom and dad.
Who are your best friends at Chelsea?
Reece James, Trevor Shaw.
And what colour is London?
Blue.
Do you think that's a group that can take Chelsea to the next level from where they were?
I think they can get them back on track first and foremost because it's a little bit more balanced in terms of age, experience. Obviously, they're still gonna go. They still went for the younger players because you got to invest into your new assets. But nonetheless, I think Morgan Rogers is a big transfer. I like Lacroix one because he's on the verge of becoming a very well-established Premier League player. He's very reliable. He done well with France. He's a late arrival to the French squad, and I think last season at Palace, he was very strong. He got adapted. He scored a couple of goals on set pieces. So I think he's a great addition defensively. And then Danny Welbeck, for me, he kind of brings his Premier League aura, experience that is not tangible. You can't really put a finger on what he's going to bring, but he's going to bring something that's going to be overall around the team, something very valuable. Experience, smile, takers, goals, because he has shortcuts on the pitch. The older you get, the more shortcuts you get around the pitch, and Danny Welbeck's got them in abundance.
Now it's time to talk about some of the older players versus younger player debates at the moment because some experienced heads seem to be going into Chelsea. Jordan Henderson is to be confirmed. It's a deal that's close, and Welbeck confirmed to Chelsea. And Christian Norgard, Arsenal to Everton, there's rumours there. Now, experienced players at football clubs, Pards. There seems to be, I don't know about you, but in recent years, I feel like footballers are being written off very early, like in terms of, and managers, in terms of age-wise. Now, we've seen it last year. Danny Welbeck, what a season he had.
Yeah.
You look at Spurs, João Palhinha, for me, was one of the main reasons we ended up to stay up at the end
Sat
of
on
the
the
season.
bench for long periods.
Yeah, until De Zerbi recognised we need leaders.
Yeah.
You're the gaffer. You've been there. You've been a captain. You've been a gaffer. What is the importance of these type of players in dressing rooms?
Well, firstly, let's go back to the age situation because at the, with the current kind of standing with sports science and everything else, the longevity of players is got to increase. It just, it just makes sense that even though the intensity of the game is going to increase, the longevity of players will increase because their nutrition and the way they look at, the way they train, everything, the way they recover is so much more efficient. So therefore, efficiency will give them longevity. But that isn't the key to it. The key is experienced minds, and an experienced mind on a football pitch. You can't. It's invaluable. When you are a goal down, for example, out to chase the game, you can be the manager. But if you've got an older head out there, you can give them a signal. You can get a message to them that they can relay to the rest of the team. Like a young player just can't do that, and they have the authority to do that. They have the experience to do that, and they have the collective knowledge of the team will enhance that opinion. So that's why they're important. And when you look at somebody, what Chelsea have brought in, that is definitely a management thing. That he wants management on the football pitch and in the dressing room. Hence why he's gone for those two particular players.
Well, it's interesting.
Plus, they're at a level where they can perform, of course.
Yeah, and it's interesting, of course, that Chelsea, Alonso wanted Granit Xhaka. It would have been for that exact reason, wouldn't
Correct,
it?
yeah. It was the first choice.
Having those foremen on the pitch is important. Now, I look at Chelsea as a squad full of amazing young talent. And then you look at that moment. Remember when they was arguing over a penalty? I know it was a couple of seasons ago now, but that doesn't happen on Henderson's watch.
Well, if I'm honest, that can happen because I have seen it happen when I've had experienced players on the pitch. It sometimes happens with young players. They lose their head and someone wants to take it.
What I'm saying is what happens afterwards.
What happens after, that's what I was going to say. When you get back in the dressing room is when that gets all like kind of ironed out and the process of how that thing happens going forward will be much more managed. And senior players do play such an important role. And forget about match day. It's training days, really, where they come into their own. The standards you set at training are usually standards set by your senior pros. And so, therefore, I would suspect at Chelsea last year, some of those performances, we could see there was a lack of experience. But I can imagine there were so many training days that got astray, that didn't quite work out because they didn't have experienced players going to young players. That is not acceptable. Do not do that again. Make sure you're on time. Don't talk to the manager like that. All those little things. Don't gesture to him. Don't react like that when you're not in the first team. All that kind of management is what senior players do.
Yeah.
And it's invaluable.
Because sometimes it's like in any sort of world of business, you need those go-betweens. You need it when you're not there and they're talking, say they're in the corner and they're annoyed with the gaffer. I've had enough of him. Someone goes to him, listen, I know he does this annoyingly or whatever else, but just got to trust the process and how he does things, and for your benefit as your career, that wise head in their ears.
I can relate back to all of my successful years I had as a manager. When those years come round, my management of that team was probably less than any other years. Yeah. Because what you've assembled is a group that are looking after all that maintenance itself. You ain't got to do the little stuff. The little stuff's all done by the senior players. All you got to worry about is the tactics, the big stuff, the big decisions, who's playing, who isn't playing. It makes the job so much easier. You ain't got to worry about timekeeping. You ain't got to worry about disrespecting the staff member, which some players do. You ain't got to manage any of that because it's all being managed by the senior players or the senior group. And if you don't have that, you're micromanaging all the time, and the manager's then using up his energy. He's getting frustrated. He can't perform at his best.
Well, it's interesting you say that because, of course, on our show, we've had the likes of Andy Wood.
There was a special atmosphere around Chelsea's training camp in Hong Kong today as Mykhailo Mudryk officially linked up with Xabi Alonso's squad for the next stage of the Blues preseason tour. Players and staff gave the Ukrainian winger a heartfelt welcome, marking the start of an exciting new chapter. As Mudryk arrived at the training ground, his teammates greeted him with smiles, handshakes and warm embraces. Cole Palmer was among the first to welcome him back, while Moises Caicedo, João Pedro and Levi Colwill were all delighted to see the winger rejoin the group. Even the coaching staff shared in the celebrations as Xabi Alonso personally welcomed Mudryk before introducing him to the day's training session. For Chelsea, Mudryk's return could be a massive boost. His incredible pace, fearless dribbling and ability to stretch opposition defenses give the Blues another dangerous option on the left wing. Whenever Chelsea need quick counterattacks or direct one-on-one play, Mudryk has the qualities to make a real difference. His return also increases competition within the squad, pushing every attacking player to perform at an even higher level. Healthy competition often brings out the best in a team, and Xabi Alonso will now have more tactical flexibility when choosing his starting 11. During training, Mudryk looked sharp and full of confidence. He completed sprint drills with ease, beat defenders during one-on-one exercises and linked up brilliantly with Cole Palmer and João Pedro in attacking combinations. The chemistry between the players continued to improve as the session progressed, giving Chelsea supporters plenty to be excited about in this alternate story. With Juventus waiting in the next preseason fixture, Xabi Alonso will be hoping the squad continues building momentum. Every training session is another opportunity to improve fitness, strengthen teamwork and prepare for the challenges of the new campaign. Chelsea fans, in this alternate universe story, do you think Mudryk's return would make Chelsea's attack even more dangerous under Xabi Alonso? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications for more Chelsea alternate universe stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.